everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dure or Dukuk or whatever you like to call me. And even though I wasn't supposed to post today, actually not today, I usually post, that's what I thought about making the schedule, was like posting on every alternate Thursday. But I decided to post today, even though it's Friday, not really Thursday, but I got busy with some things and had to post today, not Thursday, even though this Thursday wasn't the posting day. But today I thought maybe I should sit down and talk about all the books and series that I have DNF'd. And by the way, this is the only time I'm posting on this week because my videos would be on every alternate Thursday and Saturdays, the Cozy Saturday series, because the last Cozy Saturday got really good response, so I would be still posting Cozy Saturdays. Anyways, so let's start the video. Today we'll be talking about all the books and all the series I have DNF'd and why. And most of them does not have a reason. Anyways, let's start with the first book that I DNF'd ever in my life, because before this I was always like, oh my god, I have to finish this, I have to finish whatever I started. I was that type of person that I had to finish every book, even though it was, some books were really torturous, but I tried my best to finish it. And this was the first book that I DNF'd because I was like, okay, you know what, let's just start not reading the books that are not for us. It wasn't that it was a bad book, it's actually a very popular book, and that's why I started reading it in the first place. But it wasn't for me. I'm not saying it was a bad book. It wasn't for me. And the book is the very famous book, The Book Thief by Marcus Suzanne, I guess is his name. And that was the book. By the way, I would try not to cut anything out right now because I don't have much time to really edit this. So maybe I'll just post it like it is. So I'm trying not to like waste so much time. Anyways, I think his name was Marcus Suzanne, the writer of The Book Thief. It was very long ago and I couldn't finish it because it wasn't for me. At that time, I was really into just crime fiction and stuff. So the book really didn't touch me at that time. I was a teenager, let's just say. It was a few years ago, so I was a teenager. And maybe I'll start again, but right now, no, I don't think I will start again. Anyways, the next book that I DNF'd was The Sweetest Oblivion by Danielle Laurie, the series. I bought the whole series as a gift from my mom. She was also a reader, right? And then she didn't read it, so I was like, okay, the series is already here. I didn't know what was in the book, so let's just keep it that way. I hadn't heard about the book before, so I just bought it. And then my mom didn't read it for some reason, so I was like, okay, I'll read it. Tried reading the first book and I couldn't read it, even though I tried to finish because there was this whole series that I had. But yes, first of all, I would like to clear that that wasn't my first book with adult scenes in it, so that wasn't the reason I stopped reading it. But the writing of that book just wasn't for me. Like, I wasn't really clicking with the story, you know. There are some stories that you just click with, but that wasn't clicking me really. Secondly, yes, I know that there are a lot of fan fictions that are written the same way. I would forget it. Just forget this part that I did. I'm talking about the plot. This type of plot, like the mafia, gangster, a lot of fan fiction, everything, and I like those. Yes, I'm not saying that the book itself is something that I don't like. It's more of how should I say this? The story, how it was. I'm not saying that the genre or the plot or this theme of the gangster and everything is something I didn't like. It's just all together it was something that wasn't really picking me, so I stopped reading it. Anyways, the next book that I sort of DNF, but I still plan to read it sometime in the future, and I think I shouldn't add this as a DNF book because I do plan to read it. The book was called Jane Eyre, I guess, and I actually talked about it in one of my shorts that I'm starting to read it. The reason why I couldn't finish it, well, there wasn't really a reason. It was I got interested in another book and I was like, I'll read it later. Yes, now this is there's another series that I'll talk about as well. This book is something that I didn't DNF for a reason. It was more like I'll finish it later because it's very, mm, it takes so much effort of mine. This is not one of those books that I stopped reading for a reason. Like, it's not catching my attention or something like that. No, that's not the reason. The reason why I couldn't finish this book at that time was because I got interested in another book, and I really wanted to just read this book when I'm taking a break from certain things. So because it was taking a lot of my, it was really calming. The book had this calming effect. But at the same time, I didn't want that effect right now in my life, at that time in my life, when I was focusing on so many things. Like right now, I'm focusing on so many things. So I would read it when I'm taking a break. Let's just say that, okay? So yes, I would read that book and I would read that book in spaces. Like I wouldn't read it all in one go. I know that. Okay. Second book series. I actually read the first book, but I didn't finish the series, and it was the very famous series, Shatter Me series. I read the first book, but like I said, it wasn't something for me, but I haven't really DNFed it. Like it's not something that really put me down, but at the same time, it wasn't something that I'll continue altogether, like I did with the Ecuador series. By the way, it's not finished either. I was on third book, and then for a while I took a reading break. So yeah, I'm gonna finish my Ecuador series as well. But right now I'm talking about the Shatter Me series, and I read the first book but didn't finish the entire series. Halfway read the second book, or just started the second book, I don't remember. But then I took like, you know what? I don't want to read it right now. Like I can't finish the whole series altogether. It's actually in my Kindle, so I only read it when I'm traveling somewhere and not at home. Because at home I have my whole library, so I don't need to read that. I only use my Kindle when I'm traveling or somewhere else. So yeah, that's why I didn't read that. And it wasn't a full DNF or the Dureywrites and this Shadow series, but at the same time it was something that I didn't finish yet. Okay, second book, well, that was all for my book series because I usually, whatever I start reading, I actually finish it. Even if I am not really liking it, I would finish it. So yeah, it's very uncommon for me to DNF a book. Movie series, on the other hand, you have no idea how many movie series I DNF for no reason. Like, I would randomly stop watching series for no reason, or sometimes I know something is happening in a series and I would be scared to watch it, so I would just stop watching it. Like, I loved the White Collar series, the White Collar, and I just didn't watch the last episode of the last season. Like the very end, I didn't watch it. Why? Because I thought Neil Caffrey was going to die. Even though my mom told me he wasn't going to die, spoiler alert. Even though my mom told me he wasn't going to die, I still didn't watch the whole series. Anyways, let's move on to the next movie series that I didn't watch fully, even though I loved it. I actually loved it. I couldn't stop loving it, and I will rewatch the first, second, third season. I'll keep rewatching seasons of it until it gets to the end because, well, just let me just finish. Let me just tell you what the series is called. It's Young Sheldon. I love Young Sheldon. I love that series so much. Such a stress reliever for me. Every time I'm stressed about something, I'll start watching Young Sheldon. Like, can you believe it? How much I love this series? And the only reason why I'm not, I think you would have guessed why I'm not finishing this series is because of George's death. And I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch George die. So yeah, that's the only reason I never finishes the series. I just keep rewatching it again and again. If you want me to make a video about young Sheldon in detail, I would make it, but I would not include George's death because I've already talked about him. Anyways, the next series that I always watch and love and didn't finish for what reason I don't know. I just didn't finish it. Like, even though I loved it, and it was a Korean series. What was it called? Hotel de Luna. Do you know that series? I love that series, but I didn't finish it for whatever reason. I don't know. I just have a habit of leaving series unfinished. And yeah, it was Hotel de Luna, one of the series that I loved, but really didn't finish it. Like I said, it's going to be a small video because it's just like a little video for you, a gift, because the last video really got really good reviews. But even though it was a coincidentally video, I will keep posting coincidentally videos. Even though I was sort of confused if I should like continue this series, but the response I got made me feel like I should continue the series of Cozy Saturdays. Second now, let's get back to the other parts of the series, movie series that I DNFed. And okay, I'm going to say another fan favorite if you're a K-drama fan. A K-drama that I DNFed, and it's such a fan favorite, and I love the movie story, the story plot, everything. But I know the reason why I DNF'd it, and it was Goblin. Why did I not finish Goblin? I'll tell you. Well, the reason is very simple. By the way, before I say this, spoiler alert, I have watched so many projects of this actress and I love her acting in those. I just couldn't stand her acting in Goblin. I'm sorry, I had to say this. Don't cancel me. I had to say this. I just couldn't stand her acting in Goblin. That's all. Even though I loved every part and every aspect of Goblin, that was the only reason why I stopped watching Goblin. I rather started watching for Samjay. At that time I was fan. I don't know if still saying his name right. But I stopped watching because of that reason. And like I said, the most recent project of hers that I watched was what is this? Azuma, I guess. That was the horror movie I watched, and I loved her acting. Like, I love her acting, but it was just that specific that I didn't like. Anyways, one more series that I DNF'd, but I still want to continue it because I love the actress, I love everything. But the only reason I DNF'd it is because my exams were starting and I had to focus on that, and that was What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. I love those series and I love the actress as well and the actor as well. So I'll continue them as well. And one series that I recently talked about that I DNF'd, and I in very detail talked about the reason, was Good Girls Guide to Murder. And in detail I talked about why I didn't finish it, because I read the book and I was disappointed in the series. Simple as that. And yeah, I think I've DNF'd many series, but these are just the ones that I remember at the top of my head. And like I said, it was supposed to be a small video, but we are already, I don't know how long it is, because I've said some things that I am gonna cut, even though I did say that I was not gonna cut it. So I think maybe 10 minutes, 11, I don't know. So I'll see you tomorrow on Cozy Saturday. Bye. It was nice sitting down with you and talking about these things, this short conversation that we had. This short little conversation that we had. So I'll see you tomorrow. Or in my next video. I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye from me. It was me, the cook, whatever you like to call me.